Ice Storm is kind of interesting. Ice Storm is a sorcery that costs 2 and a green mana, and it destroys any one land. That's kinda neat. It's Stone Rain, but it's green. This card is significantly more rare than Stone Rain, but Ice Storm wasn't uncommon in Alpha. They stopped printing it after Unlimited, so this isn't a card you see too often. For one, 3 mana to blow up a land isn't really good enough in most formats that allow cards like this, and beyond that, it is pretty expensive for what isn't really that hard of an effect to get a hold of. They don't print too much land destruction these days, but they printed it at common for a really long fucking time, and you can get your hands on some land destruction for pretty cheap. I've talked about land destruction a fair amount on this channel, and that makes sense. It's a fairly common effect in older Magic cards, a thing we talk about a lot on this channel. But this one has always kind of fascinated me. It's just green Stone Rain, and I don't know why that trips me up or captivates me, but I find it pretty interesting. Land destruction can be a pretty unpopular playstyle, and you hear it all the time that running land destruction in Commander is a cardinal sin, and I can understand why people feel that way. Resource denial puts you in the awkward spot of having options but not being able to actualize those options. You have the cards in hand to win the game, but you can't cast them because your lands got blown up, so now all you can do is sit there and watch yourself lose slowly. That's not really a fun experience. I personally like what land destruction does to the game. I think it adds some level of interest and adds some variance, but I do understand that that isn't the most popular opinion to have. But I also like the Magic engine because of the land problem. You see so many games try to solve the land problem because people don't like not being able to play their cards when they don't draw the right lands. Lorcana has this whole system where some of the cards can be lands themselves, and I think Flesh and Blood does something similar, but I have no idea how that game works, so maybe not. I think that's something I heard once though. Hearthstone, as another example, just gives you mana crystals and got rid of the color thing, which is a smoother way of handling the resource system without the possibility of getting screwed. I understand why people would gravitate towards these fixes and why they would try to solve the mana problem or the land problem, but the land problem is exactly why I play Magic. Like, it adds so much variety to the game and makes the puzzles more interesting. I guess different strokes for different folks and all that jazz. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Ice Storm. Ice Storm is pretty cool. It's not a weak spell by any means, but it's certainly not, like, powerful either. It is really funny because they stopped printing this after Unlimited, likely for color pie reasons, but they recently printed a Secret Lair version of this card, so now you can get a version of this card for like $3 or something, which is pretty funny because like it's an uncommon in Unlimited, and I think it's like $60 for the Unlimited uncommon version, which is the most common version other than maybe the Secret Lair for $3. It's pretty funny. But I guess I don't really have anything else to say about Green Stone Rain. What do you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments. To the art. Ice Storm was originally printed in Alpha and was illustrated by Dan Frazier. Dan Frazier did a lot of really iconic art, so it's hard to say this one is one of his better pieces, but it is very good. There's real feeling in that dwarf's face, and being hit by like cold snow and harsh winds really fucking sucks. You can see that it sucks, and if you live anywhere that's north enough, or I guess south enough, you know this fucking sucks. I think the art does a great job of showcasing, like an ice storm. I don't know. Like I said, it's hard for me to call this one of Dan's like best pieces, because he's done so much great art, but this one is well done. I like it. It's a pretty cool card. And then it got a Secret Lair as part of some X-Men thing, I would assume. Because it has Storm on the card, which is flavorful. Like, that makes sense. That's pretty funny. I think the art is good and the story is pretty sweet. I'm not super into other IPs on Magic cards, but if that doesn't bother you, I think this card is super cool. The art is well done, and it's pretty nostalgic, especially if you watch the X-Men cartoon. Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot to say, this art was illustrated by Kevin Sidharta. Sorry, Kevin, my bad. Kevin kicks ass at this art thing though. Like, I really like this piece. I think it's well done. Yeah, okay. That's all I have to say on Ice Storm. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. You can like the video if you liked it. You can subscribe if you give a shit. But either way, I hope you have a magical day. Thank you for watching.